Hey, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Tech Tuesday on the Educational AD Podcast. We're going to be right back with this week's tech guest, but as always, hey, let's give a shout out to our sponsors. Now, these are companies I used as an AD. They're all great companies. You should have them working for you. So take 3 minutes. Don't hit that fast forward button. Listen to our shout outs, then listen to our Tech Tuesday guest, and then go and visit these sponsors. I'm telling you, you're going to be glad you did. Here we go. We want to say thanks to our good friends at Sideline Interactive, indoor score tables and video boards. Go to sidelineinteractive.com and you can schedule a live web demo to see their products in action. Probably one of the best purchases I ever made as an athletic director was our Sideline Interactive indoor score table. We use it for home games, of course, but we also use it for pep rallies, for signing ceremonies. Their products are tremendously versatile and their customer service just outstanding. Go to sidelineinteractive.com. Schedule that live web demo today. We also want to say thank you to Hudl. As a football coach, I used Hudl for years, but when I became an athletic director, I made sure our school was a Hudl school. And our coaches, I'm telling you, all of our coaches just love the platform. Our student athletes love the videos, and our parents love the streaming, but there's a whole lot more. Go to hudl.com. Find out how you can join the millions of users and turn your school into a Hudl school. That's hudl.com. We also want to say thank you to Vital Signs Wall of Fame and their content creation service, Beacon Creative. Now, Wall of Fame has been helping schools bring their legacy to life for over a decade, but Beacon Creative takes it to a whole new level. Their talented team of designers, writers, creators are going to take your stories, your history, your coaches, your kids, and come up with compelling narratives that you can then post on your social media channel, maybe even on your Vital Signs Wall of Fame video board. Reach out to Vital Signs Wall of Fame. Make sure you click on Content Services to find out all the cool things they can do for you. Vital Signs Wall of Fame and Beacon Creative. It's a winning team. Let's also say thank you to Home Campus. Now, if you do things like scheduling, work with rosters, send off results, communicate with your coaches, players, parents, then Home Campus is a platform you're going to use. And they do all those things and more. They do it better and faster than the other platforms. Did I mention facility management? Did I mention athletic eligibility and clearance? Those two alone are game changers. Go to homecampus.com. Find out how they can take your athletic department to the next level. Homecampus.com. We also want to say thank you to Gipper. Your athletic department deserves to stand out, and Gipper is going to allow you to look like you're Division I, look like you're professional grade. Gipper is used and trusted by over 20,000 high school and college athletic programs. It's certainly number one for athletic marketing, and it's so easy to use because of their thousands of professionally designed templates to promote your program. And you can customize those templates with your colors, your brands, your logos to create, share, and schedule all your social media content on one simple platform. And that platform is Gipper. Go to Gipper.com and make sure you tell them you heard about it on the Educational AD Podcast. We want to say thanks to our friends at Booster Hub, the number one booster club software program. If you work with your booster club on volunteer sign up, on volunteer changes, you know that's going to happen. Everything is secure. Nothing falls through the cracks with Booster Hub. Sponsorship, payments, concession sales, again, it flows smoothly through the Booster Hub app. Give your parents, give your boosters the platform they need, give them the platform they deserve, and that platform is Booster Hub. Go to boosterhub.com. We also want to say thanks to our good friends at Ohio University and their online masters in athletic administration. Now, I didn't get my master's through the Ohio program, but guess what? My assistant athletic director did, along with thousands of others, and while they were earning their degree, they also completed 11 NIAAA leadership training courses at no extra charge. Check out Ohio University and their online masters in athletic administration. Let's say thank you to Hometown. Hometown continues to be a leader in education-based athletics with their suite of solutions that includes things like, well, digital ticketing. Of course, they're still the number one digital ticketing provider to schools and colleges. But how about athletic website construction, fee-free fundraising through School Funder? The Hometown list goes on and on. Whether you're an athletic director, a principal, even a head coach, Hometown is going to show you how to save time. It's going to show you how to raise more money, and they're going to show you how to bring your entire community together. You'll find it all at hometown.com. That's hometown.com. And finally, let's say thank you to Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. If you're still not using a survey to take the pulse of your student athletes, your coaches, how about your parents, you're really missing out. Go to athleticsurveys.com. They're going to create a custom survey that really connects you to all of your stakeholders. That's athleticsurveys.com. Check them out today, and don't forget to mention you heard about it on the Educational AD Podcast. Hey, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Tech Tuesday on the Educational AD Podcast. We're going to the great state of Oklahoma today, and our guest is Michael Rose. He's the Director of Athletics at Sapulpa High School in Oklahoma. He's going to tell us a little bit about his story, his journey, along with how he has used the Hudl program at his school to great advantage. But Mike, welcome to the Educational AD Podcast.
Thank you, Jake. Thanks for having me. I feel honored to be here with you today.
Oh, no, the honor is ours, sir. As always, we've got some great show notes, courtesy of Hudl. I want to share a little bit about what Michael has done at Sapulpa, and then we're going to have him share a little bit about his journey. But Sapulpa High School is in Oklahoma, and Mike's built a thriving revenue engine using their Hudl fan page. He's got over 15 local sponsors. Some even, have kind of a state influence, from local banks to barbecues. Then they've used that to complete 318 live stream sporting events this year, drawing over 4,000 unique visitors. And to do that, they're using 5 Hudl Focus cameras across their campus, and they've got a Focus LR coming for this coming football season. Mike's also moving from the state association ticketing provider here in Florida. We've got a ticket provider that the state promotes. He's going to change from that to Hudl tickets because he wants everything in one place: the ticketing, the streaming, rosters, team pages. All of that is already on his fan pages, which his sponsors are paying for. He's also going to take a dive into pay-per-view with the community engagement he's already built, and he's really positioned his program to be successful. So before we jump into all of that, Michael, we always like to let our listeners have a chance to get to know our guests. So give us your quick bio, where you were born, where you grew up, kind of your journey that's brought you to Sapulpa. As I like to say, tell us your life story in 2 minutes.
I got you. Okay. Set that timer, ready to go. So I just completed year 21 in education. I've got both of my parents were educators as well. I'm in Oklahoma, born and raised, went to Carl Albert High School down in the Oklahoma City area. Had the privilege of going to college in Pittsburgh, Kansas. I'm a gorilla, so very proud of that. When I was being recruited, I played football there. The first time they came recruit me with Pittsburgh State, and I'm like, I'm not going to Pennsylvania. It's too far away from home. Oh, it's only 3.5 hours away from home. So, I was a little geographically challenged. Hadn't traveled much. So, started coaching and teaching in Missouri. Was at Carthage High School for a year. Was at Joplin High School for 4 years, was fortunate to come back to Oklahoma. My wife and I moved back here in 2010. I got a job teaching and coaching at Union High School, was an assistant AD for 5 years, in charge of student life. student activities there, and then just completed year 7 here at Sapulpa as the athletic director. So hopefully I hit the under 2 minute mark there. But it's been going into year 8 here at Sapulpa. Super excited about everything that we have. This is a district going on. The things that the community is doing support wise. Just very excited overall. So that's kind of it in a nutshell, career wise.
Yeah. No, very good, good job. A lot of broad brushstrokes and a lot of details too. Now, I've got to ask. I've never asked this question before. I coached back in the '90s. I was offensive coordinator and head track coach at Missouri Valley College, not too far away. Was on Pittsburgh State's campus a couple of times. We didn't play y'all, but where did that mascot come from? How did the gorilla mascot originate? There's got to be a story.
You know that, Jake, I should know that, and I don't, unfortunately. I do know that back when Pittsburgh State was founded, Gus Gorilla is the mascot, but they also had a female gorilla. I think it was Gussie, maybe. I mean, my don't gorilla fans don't chastise me if I'm wrong here, but it just went to Gus the gorilla. But I really don't know where it originated from. But I was sure excited to be a gorilla. And here's the funny part. Side note: my wife is a UCO grad from Edmond, Oklahoma, the Broncos, and then my oldest daughter is at UCO now. So now UCO and Pittsburgh State are in the same conference, the MIAA, together. So that's a good rivalry that we get to have as a family now. So.
All right. Well, we're going to do this, listeners. We've never done this for this particular thing, but the first person to shoot me an email, and again, my email is jakestouchdown@gmail.com, with the correct explanation of where did the Pittsburgh State Gorilla come from, I'm going to send you a free Athletic Director Toolbox book, your choice, from our library. All right, let's move on. This is Tech Tuesday. Again, Michael, I gave a little bit of introduction to some of the things that you've done with the Hudl platform. As athletic directors, as you know, you've got a choice when you make your purchases from vendors, uniforms, equipment, in this case, technology. I'm going to start off with my own question. Why did you choose Hudl as your provider for these different platforms?
I think there's some personal reasons there. I've used Hudl when I was a coach. When I first started coaching, I can't remember the name of the platform, but then Hudl came along. Hudl was so user friendly at the time, and obviously as technology does, it advances every year, every 30 minutes it seems like sometimes. But Hudl advanced, so I knew the functionality of Hudl. My head football coach loved Hudl. My basketball coaches loved Hudl. So it's a no-brainer for us to use it with those programs. But then what I saw, Jake, was we focused really just on those sports, football, basketball. That's what everybody used it for. Well, then my volleyball coach, who also coached club volleyball, was using Hudl for his club program. And I'm like, hey, we've got an opportunity to use Hudl for your volleyball program. It's like, absolutely. We love using it. Okay, great. So then I think at that point, gosh, Jake, I think that's been 3-4 years ago is when we went to the athletic department package. Before that, it was just, football was on theirs and we had basketball on theirs, and it worked. It was good. But then when I realized, oh gosh, it really doesn't cost me that much more, and I can do the athletic department package, and all my sports can have access to it. And it's like, well, let's go that route. So I think it was a slow build for us. And it was very good in that sense because, I hadn't used Hudl in a while. And so some of my coaches, wrestling at the time, they didn't want to use it. Which is fine. I didn't want to push it on them, but then I got a new wrestling coach, and they're like, "Absolutely, we want to." So then we built a new baseball softball complex, and around that time, we're in the middle of those builds. Eric, our rep came to us and said, "Hey, look, we've got a baseball softball camera." Awesome. Like that's fantastic, because at the time our baseball softball, and they still use it. They use the Game Changer program, which is great for fans to track the games, away games, home games, but it's not a live stream. They don't get to see the action. So we added in the huddle cameras for baseball, softball at our new facility. And the other piece, and I'm jumping around a little bit, but the other
Okay.
piece that I love with Hudl is that, as the kids are watching film, they can also build their own highlight films. So it gives them, we obviously want to use athletics as a teaching tool for kids of responsibility, accountability, but hey, give them some responsibility to build a highlight film that they can put out there of themselves to help get recruited. The coaches are putting out film as well, but they can take all the game film that's off those cameras and it's uploading to the baseball or softball account, basketball accounts, what have you, and they can build highlight films to promote themselves. And the kids have loved it. So I just think seeing going all the way back the functionality of it for the coaches, just on how easy it is to schedule practices, games in it, how easy it is to exchange film within the platform, but then also how easy it is to I can jump on the Huddle app and I can. We forget to schedule some games in there every now and then, but just how easy the app is to use to schedule a live stream.
Right.
So that in a nutshell, I think just the functionality of it, how easy it is for the coaches to use, for the kids to use. I always think kids are very tech savvy, but they're real tech savvy on Snapchat and TikTok and all that. But even with a Huddle, that's it's easy for them to use, and the coaches can see. I think the nice thing is the coaches can see like whether the kids are engaging
Right.
with the
Mhm.
film study, or using it as the recruiting tool. The kids, well, I'm not getting recruited. Well, have you built a highlight film of yourself yet? Have you, what resources are you using to your advantage? So I feel like we're giving the kids a lot of opportunities to do those things for themselves, and it's good for the coaches. The huddle game assist where they break down the film. The turnaround time for that is unbelievable. The data that comes from that, it's crazy. So I think those things all wrapped together are a handful of the reasons of why we go that route.
Right, and again, you went beyond the question. Why'd you choose it? That's why you're keeping it because of all those things that you mentioned. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Let's jump into streaming a little bit.
Yeah.
318 streams, 4,000 different viewers. Really, it's got to be part of the Sapulpa culture. What's gotten you to that point, and what kind of feedback have you gotten from your families and the fans who live stream?
As far as feedback from the fans or families, I personally have not heard any, but the coaches have told me how appreciative families are. It's like, hey, I do preseason meetings with the coaches before their season officially starts. And that's one of the things. Hey, get your schedule in rank one, get your schedule in Huddle, and get them all the live stream scheduled. And it doesn't take them long to do. So they appreciate that piece. But the live streams, I think offering those for families, you think people are across the country, people travel, what have you, of just allowing families, grandparents, aunts, uncles, whoever, out of state, out of town, even having the opportunity to watch the games, watch little Billy or little Susie, participate is great. And sometimes I think some schools want to focus solely on just the varsity side, which I do think like yeah, varsity athletics should be on the higher tier. Junior high sports shouldn't get everything the varsity kids do, but when it comes to the live stream and how easy it is for us to schedule those and giving those kids an opportunity to be seen on the live stream, I mean, it's a no-brainer on that piece as well.
I love it. Now we talked a little bit about the sponsors. The your local sponsors on your fan page. How did you approach those individuals? Was there a pre-existing sponsorship, or were some of these cold calls? I think that's one of the more challenging things that ADs faces, just trying to find sponsors.
Right. Well, it started with we installed video boards, video board at our football field, and then a video board in our basketball arena. And so the marketing, you guys can't say sponsorships, Jake. It's got to be marketing and advertising. They don't have budgets for sponsorships. They have budgets for marketing and advertising. But I learned that real quick because I did call it sponsorships, and like one of our local banks are like, "Well, I can't do a sponsorship, but I can do marketing and advertising." Great, we can do that. I don't care what we call it. Just do you have money that you can help us with? So the marketing and advertising started with the video boards, but then as we added in more Hudl cameras, and it's like, oh, there's the live stream piece. Hey, how can we get our Hudl or our sponsor logos on the live stream? Just send them to us. Oh, okay. You guys are going to do that for me? Yes, we will. Fantastic. I put all the logos in a Google Drive folder, and I shared that link with Eric, and he sent it to somebody. And the next thing I know, all of our logos are on our live stream. I just jump on any of the live streams, and you can see them, scrolling across the bottom or whatever. So that's something that the all of our partners that for our marketing and advertising or sponsors, whatever you want to call them, um, they really appreciate that because they really feel like it's they're getting their ROI. A lot of people want to invest in the school because they're a local business or what have you. um, but when we can prove to them of like, hey, you're not just helping the public school, you're actually getting promoted, and people see your logo, your product, or whatever out there, then it really helps them justify being able to give us money every year. So it helps exponentially because it's not, you think the video board at a football game, home football game, that's fantastic. You know, 4,200 people are going to see that logo. Where a live stream, that's people in town, where the live stream that can be across the state, the country, wherever, that they're being promoted. So again, the ROI for those partners, I think, is huge, especially in the economy that we have. So making sure that we're doing right by them, I think, is really important.
Yeah, I love the point you bring up, and it's semantics, it's word games, but sponsorship, that is kind of an old school, antiquated term. Marketing partner, that puts it right out there on the table. Very cool stuff. And video boards, I think a lot of schools, I'm not going to say smaller schools, but I think a lot of schools feel like they can't afford those video boards, but the you talked about return on investment. The sponsors. There, I said sponsors again. Those potential marketing partners. I think they would be very excited to
Yeah.
be able to be a part of that video board.
Yeah.
Let's go and talk the ticketing. You're making the switch from the state provider to Hudl ticketing. What prompted that decision?
I am very much of the mindset of less is more, right? Like I don't I don't want to have, this platform and this platform and this platform, trying to spread it out, making the our patrons use all these different avenues. Um, seeing the functionality of Huddle for the coaches, seeing how easy it is to use for the live stream, and then moving into the ticketing piece. That way, to me, Jake, it is, hey, you're going to get your ticket on this platform, but the live stream is also on this same platform. Where before, you got to go here to get your ticket, and you got to go here for the live stream. So making it easier for our patrons, I think, is what's huge, of allowing them, hey, it's one place for the ticketing, for the live stream, for the schedules, whatever it is. Like that was really, when we started doing all the live streams with the cameras a couple years ago, I knew that I wanted to switch eventually. But it's, to me, it's, you got to do some things, you got to do it gradually to make sure, work out any kinks that there might be. And I think that's been the piece for us. Hey, the live stream has been great. Ticketing's the next step. Like it's a no-brainer to me.
Now, you've talked a couple of times about connecting and working with your coaches. Are the coaches involved in any way with ticketing or the other features of Huddle on game day, or is that just they know it's being covered by you and the athletic department staff?
They know that we're handling that. That's one thing that we make sure to hit on. That, hey, as coaches, you're handling making sure your kids are in there, that your schedule's in there, that the live stream is ready to go for your facility. And that's as easy as that for them. Because all my head coaches are also classroom teachers. So they've got a lot of duties on their hands. So if I can take something off of them, we'll handle all the schedules, making sure the ticketing is up and running. Obviously, I've got to handle that the day of a game anyway. So they're going to be coaching. They're not going to have to mess with the ticketing on the day of a game. So I don't want them to have to worry about something that really they're not gonna see at all. They might hear from their parents or their booster club about it, good or bad, but I'll take care of those things.
Now, you mentioned a couple times Eric Diaz, your Hudl rep. Um, Obviously, becoming a Hudl school and using the video with your coaches, that's one step. But how was the onboarding of all of these different features that you talked about? What was that experience like?
Easy, easy. Just plain and simple. It was easy, Jake. Eric does a great job of he's a salesman. He's got to be, but he's not overbearing. It's like, hey, what do you need? Do you need me to do anything right now? No, I think we're good. Okay, great. I'm gonna follow up with you in a month or so just to check in. And it's just a simple text or an email. Hey, everything good right now? What do you need? Hey, just FYI, we're gonna roll out this new product. Do you want to give it a try? I think we're okay right now. Yeah, I'm thinking back like several years ago. These are things like how the relationship started, and it's, hey, we've got this coming up. Do you want to give it a try? Uh, I think I'm going to wait a year, Eric. Okay, great. I'll follow up with you in a year. And that's on the ticketing part, Jake. Like he hit me up a year ago on the ticketing, and I said, I'm interested, but I'm not right now because it was kind of closer to the start of the year. I said, follow up with me in a year. And I didn't hear from him at all on the ticket. He didn't bother me at all. We came springtime this last spring. It's like, hey, just following up on the ticketing stuff. Is that something you're interested in again? I am. Yeah, actually, yeah. I was actually thinking about the other day, Eric. Let's get going on that. So, I think just how he operates. He's great at communicating, great at following up, not pushy at all. There's been some platforms that I've been interested in with other things, and it's like, no, that's just overbearing. Like I don't want to deal with that. So he's been fantastic, easy, great, communicative. Just overall has made the process fantastic.
Oh wow, and that was my experience as an AD. We were a Hudl school. We were just getting into the streaming when I retired. But again, our Hudl reps were fantastic. As we wrap up, what would you say to an athletic director? Maybe they're an old cranky guy from Florida who hasn't made that move. They haven't looked at Hudl, or they're just, oh, that's streaming, that's not for me. What would you say to that AD to nudge them in the right direction?
I think it's the same thing that I did, Jake. Start small. Get input from your coaches of, hey, this is what I'm looking at. This platform, looking at Hudl, they offer all these different things. What are you interested in as the head coach? And take it from there. Because once they get involved, if they've never used it before, once they get involved simply with game film, practice film, the film exchange, once they see how easy it is to use on that part, how good the resources are, just with the tech support, whatever it might be, they're going to see like, hey, it's a good route to go. And I think for me too, like, I didn't want to jump all in all at once because I want to make sure it's good for us and our coaches. And it has been fantastic. Like just how we've gone about it. Um, the coaches haven't seemed overwhelmed with it. I haven't gotten overwhelmed with it because I know there's been times of you want to jump right into something and you get overwhelmed with it, and then what do? You never use it again. So I think that was we made a smart decision on that of just going slow. Start with the basic concept of it and then move forward from there for what's good for you and your programs.
Yeah, no, great advice. Well, Mike, thanks for coming on and sharing. Before we go, if one of our listeners wanted to reach out, pick your brain a little bit more, not just about Hudl, but about anything. Sounds like you got a great program. What's the best way our listeners can connect with Michael Rose?
I'd say just an email. Shoot me an email, mrose@sapulpaps.org. I'll spell that out. You can put it on, but it's MROSE at SAPULPA PS is in public school.org.
All right. Michael Rose, Sapulpa High School in Oklahoma. Thanks for joining us. And again, if you're a listener and you haven't tried Hudl, go to hudl.com and, let them know, hey, I'm interested. They'll have somebody in your area reach out and get you all connected. Mike, thanks again for sharing. All the best as we jump into a well-deserved summer break. And we're going to have to get you back on the podcast for a full interview so I don't have to limit you to 2 minutes.
I got you. Yes, sir. Appreciate it, Jay.
Hey, for our listeners, we want to say thanks to you and remind you that we upload the Zoom recordings of every interview to the Educational AD Podcast YouTube channel. We do Tech Tuesday just about every week and just about every day. We try to share stories and best practices from the world of athletics. So please come back and join us again on the next episode of the Educational AD Podcast. We'll see you next time. Hey, before we go, of course, we want to give our sponsors a shout out one more time. Now, you know the addresses for these companies. Please go and visit them. If you're not using them, you're really missing out. They can really help you. Some are money makers. They're all time savers, and that's something any athletic director can use more of. Let's say thanks to Hudl right off the bat. Go to hudl.com to get started. Sideline Interactive, indoor score tables and video boards. Go to sidelineinteractive.com. Athletic surveys. If you're not using a survey to take the pulse of your players, your coaches, your parents, you're missing out. Go to athleticsurveys.com. Hometown, digital ticketing, athletic website construction, fundraising. Go to hometown.com. Ohio University and their online masters in athletic administration. Check them out. Booster Hub. It's the #1 Booster Club software package. Go to boosterhub.com. Home campus, scheduling, rosters, results, athletic eligibility, facilities. It does all these things better than anybody. Go to homecampus.com. Gipper, turn your school's social media site into something that looks like it's professional grade. Go to gipper.com. And Vital Signs Wall of Fame and Beacon Creative. Find out all the things that they can do to help you promote your school and bring your school's legacy to life. That's Vital Signs Wall of Fame. Thanks again for listening. We'll see you next time on the Educational AD Podcast.